Hello viewers, it's Peter Elgar again here, and this time I'm another very happy bunny. Look what I've been donated by the same camera club member who donated me the Olympus OM-10. Yes, it's the actual original OM-1. It's a classic. I've got some great friends in my camera club at Brentwood, Essex in England. Very great friends indeed. I'm so grateful. Well, he got this and he only put one roll of film through. I think it's had, I'm the third owner. But he didn't carry on with his film photography, so donated it to me. Look at that beauty, isn't it? Now that has got a 1.8 lens. It's an F Zuiko Auto S 1.8 lens. And it's very sharp. I've done some tests today and it all works. This is a manual camera. There's no automatic electronic shutter on it. It's fully manual. So to take pictures, you just switch it on and then you meter through the viewfinder until a little needle goes up and down. It's in the middle. Having set an aperture and a shutter speed together, and then click it, and when it's wound on of course, and it all takes a picture. There's no automatic settings on it. Now these are the settings. I had to find out how to set the ASA because it's all different. Every Olympus I've got is different. Here you press this button and on the shutter release here there's a tiny little black line. So once again, you've got to have good eyes to see it. So you press that and you line up the ASA sensitivity of your film with a little black line. Now I was using out of date 200 ASA and I've put it to 160 to give it a bit extra exposure. So that's how you set your ASA. Then having switched it on, you then choose a shutter speed you want to use, say 500th. Then here's the aperture ring. You line up the little needle in the viewfinder on the left hand side until it's in the middle or a little notch. So say you get 500th, 5.6, then take the picture. It's a lovely sound, nice shutter on it. It goes to 1,000th of a second here on the ring. There's a depth of field scale here. So let me show you once again, for those of you who may not know what happens here. That's about right here. Now say you're using f8 on the lens here. Then you look on this side, the infinity side of the depth of field scale, and there's 8 there. So you follow it up and it says 5 meters because it's in white. Then you look the nearest side where f8 is and it says 3 meters in white. That means everything between 3 to 5 meters will be acceptably sharp on a normal size enlargement when you set f8 on your lens. That is a depth of field, so that's a very handy thing. But having been in the business for so long, I never use them now. But it goes right the way down to brief time exposure, where you can hold this shutter open for as long as you like, and the shutter is nice and accurate. I've tested all these, most of these speeds, and it's accurate. Now the beauty of this one, take the lens off, you press this little ring, and all these OM Olympuses, this got a mirror up, and I use it today. Everything I get given I use, I never waste a thing. So we wind it on, and you push this up, look there goes the mirror. The mirror's up now, and all you can see inside is a black cavern, which is the shutter blades, shutter blind rather, no blades, it's a focal plane shutter. There goes the shutter, so we'll change to a longer shutter speed, and the mirror's up. There we are, that's the back of the pressure plate you can see there. If we pull it out, open the back, you can see the blue cloth. There we are. Let's have a look. Let's have a go with mirror up. There we are. That's 1 second with the mirror up. You can also do a delayed action with the mirror up, which I did, and I didn't get any vibration. My snap came out smart, sharp. Here we are, here goes the delayed action. Got 10 seconds in which to make yourself a cup of British tea, if you're really quick, before it goes. There we go. That's the delayed action and with the mirror up. Now, as usual, I checked, and inside the film plane here, all the foam had gone rotten. I've renewed all the seal strips along here and along there, and on this door hinge there's nice new foam, all been renewed there. This camera is really happy bunny. It came with a leather case, black leather case, and I put neat's foot oil on that. And on the back here, on the leatherette cover, I rubbed a minute amount of neat's foot oil, and that's sunk in, and it's done a great deal of good having some neat's foot oil on it. Now I've been out today with another lens. I've got a Tamron, and this is a Tamron Adaptol with the Adaptol mount. It says Olympus Adaptol number 2 for Olympus OM. Yes, well, this is an OM, so it should fit. Now we've got to find a red dot to red dot. So look round with your eyesight. Here we are. There's a small red dot. There's a red dot. Red dot to red dot. Gently. Now we've got a 300mm f5.6 maximum aperture Tamron lens, and it goes down to f22. Now don't put it on AE, automatic exposure, because that is only for electronic shutter cameras with automatic exposure, and remember the OM1 is not electronic shutter, clockwork shutter. So there we are. There's the Olympus mount Adaptol. So what else did I do? Well, I took off the base plate here, and I had a look, and inside there was a load of dust and crud. I cleaned it all out, and I got my little fine brush, which I've shown you before. I dipped it in some sewing machine oil, and inside all the cogs I put a minute amount of oil on, and it worked beautifully. Then there's the battery here. It takes a 1.35 volt illegal mercury battery, so there's actually one in there. I don't know how long that's been there, but I've tested it with my Western and it all works. So I've been using that 1.35 mercury battery, and when that goes, you can't get these batteries anymore. You can buy a wean cell. I've read about these wean cells. A replacement, a great expense, but I might as well just use my Western meter. Now on the front it got MD, motor drive. So it takes a motor drive. Here's the cover, and lo and behold, it's not actually missing. It's very easy to lose these. You turn that to little dots, oops, and there's the cover for your motor wind. And I have a Olympus winder, not the motor wind, but a winder. So we'll see if I can show you how that works. There we are. We mate it up. There's a little screw here. We've got to go in the tripod socket. Tiny little contacts there, and the drive shaft goes into the drive shaft here. Get the strap lugs out of the way. So you line it up, and then don't force anything. Wiggle it about so you can feel that it's going in, hopefully, into the right places. Let's see if it's going to work. I've used it. It does work. But for some reason, why isn't that going in now? Here we go, folks. We'll try it again. Every time I do things on a video, nothing seems to want to work. Oh, it's not lining up with that. Now I don't know why that isn't lining up, because it worked before. Oh, there we are. I think I didn't have it in apposition, as the posh word is. So we're just tightening gently. Now the mirror's still up. Now how do you switch it on? Well, on the base, it's on off. So you pull it up, and I'm on a single shot till it drops into where the line says single. Then we'll show you how it works. You put it on a faster speed, say 2/50th. You don't usually use a motor wind on the very slow speeds, because you normally use them for action. You press this black one now. It's going. Here we are. A 2/50th. I'll put it on a bit of a slower speed so you can see the action. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. I pressed the camera release instead of the motor wind release. Here, it's going now. Yeah, you can see the blue cloth behind. It's all working. That's the motor wind. Now, these winder covers are like gold dust, so don't go losing the little cover for the motor wind. I'll put it on in a second. I promise I won't lose it. The other thing was the flash synchronization. On the top you've got a hot shoe with one only terminal for a flash. Now it doesn't take these dedicated flashes because it's not an electronic shutter camera, so it's only got one terminal. But around the side you've got a 3mm coaxial socket, which I love for plugging in studio flashes or my Mecha Blitz. But when I tried, nothing would work. I thought, why is it not working? There's a minute little red dot here, and that was turned to the FP setting on the side here, which is focal plane flash bulbs or flash powder setting. It's a different timing that you have. Now, with that, the flash starts going off before the shutter moves. So give the flash bulb time to burn up. But we don't want that. We don't use them anymore. We want the X setting, where the flash goes off immediately the shutter is open fully. It wouldn't shift. What's going to happen? So I've got my little brush again. I dipped it in some sewing machine oil, and then I very carefully wiped it all around here like that, hoping by capillary action it would go in somewhere. It still wouldn't move, so I thought, I know, well, I'm going to try something. And I got some needle nose pliers. I had to get hold of it gently like that and turn the light and turn it in. Lo and behold, after some gentle working, it moved. It's moving slightly now, look. But I'm going to leave it on X. But for God's sake, don't use pliers on your camera if you can help it. Whoever had had it before had never taken flash pictures with it. Now when you've finished your film, these Olympus are all the same. You put this to R, rewind button, and then you can, there's no button underneath to press. Then you can rewind your film like that. So I've done that. That all worked. I've done some pictures, and now I'll see if I can show you some negatives that I've taken and I've developed from it. I haven't got any actual prints yet from this OM1, but I've got negatives. Look, now this film has been to Berlin and back, been through X-rays, and it still works. And I've developed that in C41, and every negative is nicely exposed, or well exposed negatives. I've got some here with a 300mm lens that I tested at full aperture, and the lens is sharp at full aperture as well. I've done some full aperture tests, and it is very sharp. That is out of date Kodak Colour Plus 200, downrated to 160 ASA. So there we are, that's another one of my treasures. I was donated by a kind camera club friend, for whom I should be ever in his debt. And I hope you enjoyed this quick rundown on the Olympus OM-1, because there's loads and loads of videos on the OM-1, but people say, well, we like your videos, so there we are. I've done one on the OM-1. So see you again, folks. Please subscribe to my channel and look me up on Flickr. I'm going off for a nice cup of British tea now.